Alright, welcome to another edition of What the Fuck, happening to YouTube atheist community and debate. Anyway. So last night, it was pretty good. I stayed pretty late. I know I got a cold or an allergy or something. Anyway, I stayed pretty late, and it was one of those adequate evenings. Things moved along okay. Different variety of subjects, blah, 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 blah. And, Pierre always in and out. A few technology issues here and there. I guess I got to figure that out. So it's sort of annoying that some people, they have trouble getting in the room, and that's sort of irritating. So maybe I got to figure out exactly, like maybe if you go in without video or something, or do some other kind of thing, maybe it'll work better. I don't know. Or whatever. I don't really want to migrate to. There's not really too many other places to go to except for Google, and that's quite evil. So I gotta think of something maybe. Anyway, it's not relevant entirely. We did a little bit of the politics thing on the stupid government freeze thingy. And then the anti-nihilism thing always comes up, and I did on physics, and gotta work on the physics thing. I was like talking about it gets me thinking about it, which gets me thinking about it. I talked a little bit about art and movies, and it's just a nice variety of subjects. I did talk about Thunderfoot for quite a bit. Everybody took their shots at him, and certainly does deserve all the shots people can take. It's quite adequate evening, I think, constructive enough, and such. So, reason to do it again, I suppose. Keep trying. I guess it's probably enough said. Casey's a material guy. Was in there for quite a while, and we do seem to get along now adequately. I mean, for a troll guy, we seem to have found a equilibrium, a balance where we can tolerate each other. So that's okay then. It makes life easier when you don't have to have a bunch of unnecessary conflict. And what else is news? It's just same old stuff in some respects. A couple of chicks here and there. Okay, so make a video now. So what else is news? Atheist community news. There's the whole Thunderfoot thing. He did the Magic Sandwich show last week. They had a really long show. I didn't listen to it all. Focused mostly on this rape subject. I don't really know how you can spend 7 hours on the subject, but they apparently did. It's just not that complicated. You just don't steal. I mean, it's really just a simple argument. You just don't steal from people. I mean, it really is that simple. It's like shoplifting. Rape is theft. That's what it is. And you're stealing a woman's dignity, in a sense, or however you want to metaphor it. But that's what it is. And it's just theft. And so you don't steal from somebody. Just not complicated. And the fact that society would have a few messages that it sent to males, to control their their thieving nature or desire, you know, what's the big deal? You know, that if you want to really, you know, even if they made some of these messages, you know, overtly challenging, you know, like, you know, if you want to prove you're a real man, you know, prove you have control, you know, just some kind of way to humiliate men even into exercising the control they really do have, you know, that kind of thing. Make it a contest, you know, whatever. Jesus, all these damn leaves. Damn, I really have a cold or something. Ugh. I have something. I don't see how I get a cold. Maybe somebody had a cold in stupid debate room. Gave me a fucking cold. Anyway, damn computer viruses or something. Okay, next. So besides the Thunderfoot thing, let's see what else is news. Amazing Atheist made a couple of videos, but you know, apparently he's got a new house. I don't know what that means. He's, you know, bought a house or something. But anyway, he's got a garage. So we did a video from the garage, like the old days. But it really didn't feel like the old days. As the subject was, you know, a movie or something. You know, it's not exactly the same. Not exactly very controversial or even at all interesting. Yeah, you almost wonder whether he gets paid to do movie reviews anyway. So, you know, who knows. So, whatever. Yeah, so not much to say on that subject either. I did notice with the toolbar thing I'm working on that there's very little crossover between the people who comment on the Amazing Atheist videos or ask questions and people who comment on our videos, you know, the people in this philosophical circle. Just no crossover, just none. And, you know, I haven't found one person yet who comments on the Amazing Atheist video and then commented on somebody's video, you know, here, yeah, none. So that was sort of surprising. I thought there'd be a 10 or 20 or 30%, and but 0%. So. Anyway, so that stuff, I'm working on that stuff still, but somewhere this week I'll probably have something finished that might be interesting in terms of a database of commenters and users and subscribers and all of that kind of crap. And what else? Squirrel. And yeah. That reminded me of Karina. She used to do that. Squirrel! She said, I don't know. I gotta find out what the hell happened to Karina. You know, this disappearing people thing is quite disturbing. Yeah, frightening and whatnot. How you doing? Yeah, chicks and such. And all right, good things back again. Yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll cut it here and come back if I have a more energetic agenda. Kind of, you know, very nice day actually. Can't really complain. But I tend to do it anyway. You know, I can't complain. I do manage to do it with my superpowers. Yeah. So, yeah, just kind of dragging. Anyway. Yeah, it's lovely here too. Lovely, 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 lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. Enough of that shit. Yeah, so I'll be back probably, maybe, possibly. Thank you very much. Such. Well, woodpecker report. Yeah, so far so good. So, it didn't break any open anyway, patches wise. So, successful repairs. So he ruins it again. But anyway, tired. Okay, I don't have a subject. Yeah, I really don't. Not a whole lot going on in the atheist community, generally speaking. Not much going on in the Christian community. Not much going on planet Earth that's of interest, I guess. Same old crap. I mean, people have just become so, I don't know, uninteresting. Yeah, it's really hard to give a shit about anything that the average humans are yammering about. Yeah, it just seems so unimportant in the scheme of things. So, yeah, that's not much of a statement. So, alright, I'll come back when I have something interesting to say. Something closer to interesting. Yeah, I probably can't hope for completely interesting. There's some old people ahead of me here too. It's always problematic. Then you have to sneak up behind them and then pass them. And you always feel like you're being a little rude. But what are you going to do? You can't walk as slow as old people. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, till later. Yeah, kind of nice. Anyway, I guess I'll add a little bit here. Yeah, I'm really desperate for something to give a damn about. So arguments, you can just make arguments forever. So maybe I'll just throw in an anti-natalism argument in here. So people make this argument like somehow, they're defending the rights of the wood-beers who want to be. So you have this imaginary creature called the human who would be, and they would want to be if they would be. So you must make them, because if they did live, they would want to live. And so it's just so, it's just so revealing of the asymmetry argument, in the sense that, you can obviously understand that if you had a real world where, you looked at just a place like the non-existent Martians and just said, well, what's the negative value of the non-existent Martians not existing? And there's no negative value that you can really come up with, not a big number anyway. It just seems like oh, you mean, how horrible is it that Martians don't exist so the Martians can miss being Martian? That Martians, yeah, they don't exist, and they don't have the opportunity to exist and miss themselves. It gets so convoluted, but the point is you can't really come up with a value for the horror of that negative. But you can obviously see the positive value if you got rid of a bunch of suffering Martians. So if there were Martians and they all were dying of some horrible disease where they suffered horribly, they had some chronic condition that made them suffer constantly, you would see the certain value in relieving their suffering. It would be just, the real value of that would be obvious and substantial. And so so you're trading two values, the reciprocal value, that you can just see how, you can see in the reciprocals how obviously non-exchangeable the existence of the wanting Martian, the Martian who wants Martians to exist, versus the existence of the suffering Martian who doesn't need to exist. So, yeah, it just makes it kind of obvious that this is all just about Earthlings missing Earthlings. That it has nothing, lamenting the universe's absence of Earthlings. So it doesn't have anything to do with anything rational. It just has to do with creating a kind of speciesist or plantedist. Somebody who's totally obsessed with their kind existing and just lamenting the fact of perception, the mere imagination of a world where their magnificent kind doesn't exist. And that's all this is about, is subjective attachment to a kind of life form, not any real attachment or real recognition of any real value in being a kind. So, yeah, it's just this, we're back to the same old, crude psychological mechanism of the ism, the nepotism, the racism, the nationalism. It's just the same thing, taken on a different level. Bark. Sorry, let me do this now. Big pieces of bark. Yay. Yeah, I'll make a bark house. Yeah. It's probably doable. Anyway. Man, I'm dragging today. Yeah, I just, complain. Damn. Gotta do better than this. Anyway. So, maybe I'll just find something later. We'll see. Till next time. It's lovely. And such. And I'm back and such. Inside. Anyway, so the Great Text has made a heavy traffic ahead sort of joke video, about heavy traffic. It's called a little toy thing here. Floor cleaner, and it makes foam when you push it. And I thought of an added joke, like this, the heavy traffic over here, the one in America, you don't have to push it and it foams. Yeah, yeah, heavy traffic. It really is just sort of, what a mess of a human being. Not that we all aren't broken, but man, he's really broken. Anyway, so the tool thing is, working. So you got a couple of comments over here. If I hit the comment thing, it should add the new comments. See, there's the new comments. Which is, oh, there's heavy traffic. He would said something. We say, what brought this on? Did I miss something? Yeah, well, you probably did. You probably just slept through one of your tirades. Anyway, so the curious thing was, like I said, I have indexed most of you people that comment on these videos that are relevant and such. And so if I hit, like, here's the Amazing Atheist video, so if I hit the comments from his video, they'll pop off here with the added response videos, which are probably stupid anyway. So yeah, so the comments from his video are over here, and you can see there's quite a number of them. Yes. So the funny thing is, so yeah, so I have this other thing, this other tool that's going to index, well, do cross-indexing and whatever. So this is basically just checking, when I hit this button, it'll check to see, which ones here, well, you'll see. So this basically says out of P, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, so if there was a match to one of the regular screen names to one of these names on the Amazing Atheist video, it would show up as a yes. And as you can see, not a single yes on that list. no yeses. Not a single one. So that just leaves a little X behind the name when there's no matches. And so they're all X'd, of course. But I mean, it's just kind of amazing that there are no one comments on the Amazing Atheist video who comments on one of, these regular folk kind of videos. Here's the Lulite returns video. So if I gotta load it twice to get rid of the X's. There they go. Alright, so now if I do the tool on this page, you'll see lots of matches. See, there's a yes, 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 yes. So I might as well index this one actually. So what it's eventually going to show is how many subscribers the person has, and then, you know, how many video views. But I want to get better information on the people commenting, and, you know, have some sort of colored icon so you can just see at a glance, you know, whether they suck or don't suck. So Karen still isn't indexed. That seems weird. Probably just haven't. I just probably haven't updated the main index yet. But anyway. So anyway, just, you know, it works fairly well most of the time, it seems, and so I'm relatively pleased with that. So anyway, but working on other things, and you know, just time, you know, it all takes time. I don't have a whole lot of that. Very busy I am. Yeah, very busy. I have to think too, so I have to sit around for hours sometimes and just think. Yeah, I do a lot of thinking. So yeah, then I have to lie down, you know, after I think, because I get tired. So yeah, well, it seems like I'm doing a lot of work, but, you know, maybe I'm not. I'm, you know, just old, tired, bitter, sick. So it just seems like everything's work. You know, probably just something like that. Anyway, yeah, that's about all. Alright, so till next time and such. We'll make a video and call it a day. I mean, call it a whatever. What, you know, sorry, it wasn't much of a what the fuck, but, you know, transition time. Just call it transition for a while. We just call it transition. Make you know, use that as the excuse. Yeah, transition.